Well, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Happy Sunday, everyone. Happy to have you here. And if you're watching this later on, welcome as well. Spend some time with me. Welcome back to the workshop where we just kind of on Sundays, we have ourselves a little talk. You know, it's a great opportunity for me to be able to bond and talk with my community. It's pretty cool. I like it a lot. You know, we talk about a lot of fun things. Who knows what we'll talk about today? Who knows? All right. Let me get a nice fresh cup of tea just to kick things off. Harry! Dude. Harry, my man, it was so great. Like, I've been thinking about what you said today during tea time. Harry is one of my apprentices and one of the tea timers in Patreon. And like what you said today was profound, and it keeps coming back to me. You know, about like control, being present in the moment while we're working. There's just such clarity while we work. You know, it could be anything. But like I thought that was really darn cool, and that affected me, partner. Oh yeah, happy Sunday, everybody. Everyone's shuffling on in here. Oh man, hi Scout, yes. Happy Super Bowl Sunday. I'm ready to get a little turned up. I'm ready to have some good dips. You know what I mean? Very, very exciting day here in America. Woven, cheers, hi. Pandak, how are you? God, it's good to see you all. Let me tell you a little bit what I got going on here in the shop. Because right now I'm thinking about the lock for the Ginko gate, right? The gate right over here. And there's complexity here. And you know me, I love diving into some complexity, you know? I don't know where you got that idea, right? I really enjoy complexity because it's a good challenge. And then when you solve it, it makes it all, you know, the victory all the sweeter. You know what I mean? You know, I'm not spouting out random existential bits. What am I even doing? Harry, what are all of us even doing, buddy? Cheers, partner. Okay. So I've been working on this lock. Let me give you a little frame of reference. Okay. All right. So we're building this gate, right? It's gonna have a bunch of like stained glass, all sorts of goodies going on. But this is the lock in which I am talking about. See that little rosette front and center of this right here? So that is a lock that controls the cane. What are you guys laughing at? I think we know this is gonna win today. Oh, you guys are talking football. Oh man. Okay, so let me bring this over. Crap, I didn't mean for my cup to be there. We're gonna thread the needle. There it is. Okay, so let me catch you guys up on what I've been thinking about. There we go. So this is that housing, right? This is the housing that I'm talking about. This is where all of the magic is going to happen, and it'll be hidden. So when you're on the other side of the gate, you have no idea. You have no idea what's going on in here. You know, it's gonna be great. You know. Oh, World War II missile. This is just a piece of drawn out 1.25 inches that I'm currently using to keep everything in line, right? In line meaning it's in a line, right? So because like, oh, wait a minute. There we go. All right. It got stuck on the drawn out bit. Okay, so the reason I have this shaft is, let me get some. Okay, so these materials that I'm working with, actually, you know what? Ooh. Oh, stuck into my floor. That's okay. All right. Okay, here we go. Okay. So the shafts that I'm working with, all right, they're two different sizes. One goes through the other. And they're pretty loose because this is a project that's going to receive powder coating, which is pretty thick, you know? So this shaft is going to pass through that one. And then what then is going to happen is I have another piece of tubing that I'm going to put pretty much like a lining on. And that will be where any lubricants or any wear will be on that one spot in which that I can control. Just in case there's a little bit of wavering to the pipe, whatever, you know what I mean? I want to like do some Mad Eye Moody business on that. But anyways, okay, so you got that in mind, right? So there's a lot that goes on inside of this. So there's one more part that I'm looking for. Where are they? Ah! Where's the yellow? It's okay. We can use our imagination. So there's going to be a lot of little moving parts in here, okay? So this will create a channel. Actually, all of these little bits are going to create a channel for a pin. A nice little neat pin, because also you got to keep in mind, this thing has to be taken apart, completely reassembled, disassembled, repairable on site years from now, right? So there's this little pin that's going to be like a little maze, is going to pass through all of these openings, right? So when certain scrolls and different little armatures are in the right and correct position, the lock will be able to be unlocked and the cane can rise. But this also required me to do some cool, like, little forgings. Check these little guys out. I love these little forgings. You know, all handmade. All of the crystalline structures are faced in the right directions. And what this will be is it'll be grabbing these, like, cupped elements, right? Much like that. But still allowing this pin to pass right across through here, right as it rotates. There's gonna be, it's all circles. You know how much I love circles. So that's kind of where my brain has been. And it's a lot. It's a lot to kind of always be conceptualizing, always be doing your internal, like, AutoCAD. You know what I mean? As long as I don't lose all my pieces. I've already lost my marbles. I can't lose my little forgings. Okay. But you know what I mean? Like, that pin is going to have to travel in the right orientation for this thing to be unlocked and the gate opened. I love having a little puzzle, because what's neat about it, let me move this. What's neat about all this is only those that know the gate's secrets can open the thing. Isn't that fun? You know, I love the idea of, like, I feel like I was inspired at one point. Where's my tea at? I feel like I was inspired at one point of, like, Lord of the Rings, right? Speak friend and enter, like maybe I'll have a little riddle engraved somewhere where I can, it's like instructions. Speak friend and enter. Yes. Yes. Hi, Hermit. It's so good to see you, my friend. I hope you've been well. Random info, a mountain chicken is a frog, and a baby duck is a fish. Seriously, look it up. I love learning new interesting facts. That's fun. Melon, yes. But I love these little forgings. Like, no one in the world, Mythic! Afternoon, man. Hey, happy Super Bowl Sunday, partner. Thank you, Mythic. You're always too darn kind. But I love these little forgings. And it's so funny, because there's, like, an intentionality when it comes to, because no one in the entire world will ever see these, well, probably besides you guys. You know what I mean? These will never be seen by human eyes. They're going to be locked inside of this lock. And it's just so kind of fun and rewarding to know that you're doing this for the piece, the project, the customer, and kind of for you, I don't know. For some reason, I find there's something special to that. That you lock something away, buried forever, unless you opened it, like almost like a time capsule, if you will. But yeah, did you make those little pieces too? Oh, everything. I make everything by hand. It's for this gate. And look, it's Mr. Copper Dog running around. But Like I could have very easily just like bent a little bit of bar or whatever the heck, but no, like I wanted to make it kind of special. And one thing I like to talk about in some of my other videos is like keeping your skills nice and honed, practice where it doesn't so much count, you know what I mean? Like this thing could be the ugliest, this little piece of steel could be the ugliest thing ever, but it's kind of fun to like try to make it look good. And if it doesn't, whatever, it's okay. I can't resist opening my time capsule a few days after digging. Totally. It's like you have to forget about it. I'm that way with wine. I'm a bit of a wine connoisseur. I really enjoy this stuff. Well, I kind of have to be. There's like 400 wineries in my area, and it's a small town, baby. And I enjoy wine a whole lot. And like I'll buy a nice bottle for the intention to lay it down for a little while. But then I start thinking about it and like, ooh, there's a nice dinner I'm cooking. This would pair perfectly with that. Oh, I'm terrible at laying stuff down. Ooh, Yvonne had a cool idea. Will you hide a message? I love that idea. That might have to happen, but I couldn't tell them about it. I'll keep it a secret and I'll keep it safe. Ooh, was the Hogwarts scene in Prisoner of Azkaban your inspiration for Valhalla logs? Very well could have been. I find my inspiration comes from many different mysterious places. Like I never really see, that, boom, I'm gonna build that. Nah, it doesn't so much work that way with me. For me, it's an amalgamation of things, right? Prisoner of Azkaban could have 100% been a big part of it, a contributing factor, but also could have been the clock, right? That crazy cool clock that's in Hogwarts. And I believe that is also in the Prisoner of Azkaban or the Order of the Phoenix. I think it's Order of the Phoenix is the cool clock because you always see the pendulum. Beer is life. Hey, there's definitely a lot of time where I was definitely a big IPA guy with the rest of us, right? But I got into Pilsners, not recently, but like a few years ago, really got into Pilsners just lighter. Felt lighter, tasted lighter, but then especially got into seltzers like everybody else did. Like I really enjoyed just how just light and refreshing all that is, especially when it's all hot out. Ooh, goodness. Yeah, the clock is dope, right, Harry? So I feel like our inspiration comes from everywhere, in which I feel like emboldens us to constantly be receptive. You can't always be like, yes, I'm consuming all of this inspiration. It doesn't work like that. Just, there's an intentionality about enjoying things. Because you never know where it'll take you, What's the max you can deadlift? Bandak, honestly, I have no idea. I mean, I usually have to move 700 pounds of steel around, so, and it's always awkward. It's never a nice bar or in like a squat rack or something like that. Something weird, like a big old branch of a tree, it's hundreds of pounds. I have no idea. But when the lock in the castle, yeah. Can you enjoy life without drugs and alcohol? Sober Phoenix, 100%. Yeah, I've actually been incorporating a lot more sober nights in my life. It's been great. Absolutely. Yeah, it's definitely not a crutch. It's just kind of like adding a little bit of spice to your life, I guess. Glad I got a chance to hop into tea time today. Stephen, it was great to have you. I bet those please share and feast how those ribs turn out, partner. Please, please, please. Mythic 410's huge, buddy. That's awesome. That's very strong. I bet the tree you can lift made of the iron oak. It mainly like just lifting heavy stuff is just a necessity here. Never really got into, playing football my whole life, 9 years of that in school. That, lifting heavy stuff was definitely a part of that life. But now it's mainly just a means to an end, You won't remember Alexis. Oh, do you have blueprints of rayless blades? Actually, so those were up on the website for free for years. But that, there was when we're working with Netflix, it's a pretty powerful entity, and there was only amount of time that was allotted for that. And I'm so sorry, they're not available anymore. What position did I play? I never got off the field, baby. I don't know if you know this, but I was kind of a high energy guy. I had a lot to get out. Harry, I could definitely see you playing ball. I had a whole lot of. I was working through a lot, as we all were, as teenagers and preteens, and played a lot of defense, a lot of offensive line. I was usually on the line. I was kind of like the smaller of the linemen later on, but I was fierce. I was very proud because my helmet was always streaked with other areas' colors from their face masks. So there'd just be streaks of blue, orange, and I was just rainbowed out. And you could really pick me out, on the field, like, oh, there's the crazy guy. But I suffered like 10 severe concussions because I was just leaving my head full. What a wedge buster is on special teams? The guy that's got a couple screws a little loose and it just wants to just shatter. I was that guy. And but it's so interesting. I was actually having a conversation with my wife about this. And injuries, and especially brain injuries, are no laughing matter. Very serious stuff. But after a lot of that, what my mind went through, your brain can compensate for damage. Like I've had some on different hemispheres of my brain, some damage, and this is just total hearsay, right? Like this is untested. I haven't not gone to get an MRI in a very, very long time, but I feel like some parts of your brain can compensate when damage takes place. And I feel like my spatial awareness, my just being able to be creative, like I am every day, I feel benefited greatly. I know that sounds very wrong to say, but I feel grateful for whatever gave me the abilities that I have to do what I do. So if that has anything to do with it, well, when one door closes, at least a window opens, you know what I mean? Oh, yes, back to the lock. So in that central shaft, right, like the smaller of the two, through that, there's this 1-inch piece of kind of like it's a long net, right? And that's going to go all the way through. And then these stainless steel bolts are going to tighten onto themselves. And that's how I'm going to create a lot of this lock. These are run out wild, right? I'm going to trim these up. But I like that I can create tension and also a nice, pretty tough and wear resistant bearing material. It'll be the head of this bolt, right? This Allen bolt. And I'm excited for that. I think I had myself a little bit of a breakthrough. You watching the Super Bowl? Oh, Rage. Right after this, I'm going to my buddy's place. It's his 1-year-old's birthday. So we'll be celebrating them and also watching the ball game. I'm excited. I'm going to eat and I'm going to have it's going to be a good day. It's going to be a great day. What's the dumbest thing you've ever done? Oh boy, how long do you got? For me, short version of the story, when I was super tired, I ended up trying to unlock a washing machine with car keys. With your fob. That's great. That's a nice harmless one. I've done plenty of dumb stuff. Oh, Mythic, I'm not too sure, but I haven't been following NFL for years now. But I just like to show up on that one day and with friends and go eat some good food. Do you know the country turkey? Of course I know the country turkey. Yes. I wish I knew more about it. I know it's got a fascinating history with just that whole region. It's a very, very fascinating history, quite tumultuous. If my sister's boyfriend turns it on, we'll be watching it I could care less. William, I totally get it. I didn't play football. Oh, you would have been great. But I did wrestle. Oh, see, there it is. Yeah, you must have done something physical. You're a strapping dude. Yeah, wrestling is one-on-one, man. It's just you and them. With team sports, it's kind of nice to be able, you can kind of lean on somebody every now and then, you know? I've been to Turkey. Oh, Woven, that's so cool. Yeah, it's not terribly far. It was part of my layover flight from Norway. Yeah, right between you guys. That's awesome. MMA here. Mythic, you're rad. That's cool. Oh, stop. Oh, very cool. Man, yeah, today's tea time with the patrons was truly spectacular. You know, and these are crazy times we're living in, folks. So it's really nice to have a sense of community where you can lean on each other, speaking of team sports and all. You know what I mean? Not to, pat ourselves on the back or anything like that. It's not that at all. It's just really cool to be there for each other. You know, I feel like in this day and age, it's kind of rare. Make me Orcrist. That would be rad. I mean, I'd be super honored. It's a crazy sport, absolutely. Especially like for making weight and stuff like that. You could take that almost too far. Grateful to be able to stop in and for a tea time. Oh, Littlefoot, is that you? Yes. Oh, it was amazing to meet you. Isn't it fun? Isn't it great? So like, for those of you that don't know what tea time is, it's on Patreon. And right before this, we kind of have this exchange where we celebrate creativity, creative ventures, and celebrate each other's triumphs. But it's over Zoom. It's rad. Do you think about Islam as a religion? Well, I mean, of course it's a religion. You know, they all are. They all have as much respect from me as they all do. Yeah, to each their own, you know. That's what kind of guy I am. Had a good question for you. Oh my gosh, Rage, bring it on. I love a good question. I live for a good question. Ooh, I can go for a nice cup of coffee. Honestly, it doesn't matter what time it is. I'll probably be up all night. But it doesn't matter what time of day, always a good cup of coffee is never a bad idea. It's up above. Ooh, let me look. If you could go back in time to construct any great architectural achievement, what would it be? Colosseum? That is a fantastic question. Go. There's so much, and I'm not even a history buff. You know, I could hang out with Michelangelo as he works on the Sistine Chapel. Notre Dame, the Cathedral of Notre Dame would be remarkable. There's that cathedral in Germany. I'm totally blanking on its name. I would love to see that constructed, be any part of it that I possibly could. You know, being an iron worker on Eiffel Tower would be incredible. To be a stonemason on the Library of Alexandria, could you just imagine? Right? I think being a part of things more lost to history would be more my vibe. You know? So anything Gothic, Rage, 100%, buddy. But I kind of want to go back further. I want to be moving blocks in Egypt. You know, for the Great Pyramids, I would love to definitely be part of the gold, the goldsmiths for the cap on top. I want to see how it was done. It's killing me. You know what I mean? Colossus of Rhodes, yes, Harry, absolutely. How cool would it be to be a part of the foundry for the Colossus? You know, heck, let's just go the 7 wonders of the world, right? I mean, could you imagine the Great Wall of China? Just to see it being built. And I know that, you know, all of these historical things are very contentious, but just what humans are capable of. What an honor it is to be a human being, because look what we can do. You know what I mean? It's pretty incredible. Oh God, the streets of Rome. Yeah. Joshua, happy Sunday. Yes, cheers, my friend. Oh yeah, 100% rough history. But just look what humans can do. It's pretty remarkable. I think it would have to be the Great Pyramids. I want to be part of those crews, just understanding how they did it, because it's when you start really thinking about how big those blocks are and how many there were, it's wild. Chiefs or Eagles? Honestly, I have no idea. I've been so. Hey, Kirsty, thanks for joining the Patreon. I just got a message. Welcome. Oh my, very, very cool. We got a new patron. How special is that? I can't wait to meet them. What was it? The Viking era would probably be mine. Mythic, totally. Most of us see how their ships were built. Oh man, being a shipwright during that age would be pretty rad. Also, part of the Portuguese shipbuilding, the Spanish shipbuilding. God, I mean, like that stuff was incredible. The French, and to Harry's point, all of these points in history were brutal. Like people are just so good at being god awful to each other. I feel like, as hard as times sometimes feel, it'll never be as bad as it's been previously. I feel like slowly but surely we're getting better and better to each other, which, like I want to get you guys back to your day. I want you guys to get back to Super Bowl Sunday, get some good grub in you, get some good company around you, but like to the point of making good history. Be good to each other, all right? Dang it. That's all it takes. It's actually pretty darn easy. Be empathetic. Understand that people are fighting their battles too. Just be kind. It's not very hard. Mythic. Strike true, my friend. Abso-stinkin'-lutely. I love you guys. And don't forget to love each other. Make good history out there. Don't let it repeat itself. All right, everybody. Cheers. Happy stinking Sunday. And I'll see you next time. Okay.